Hi guys, welcome to Potato Magic. So as you can see here, I have a box of Conspiracy Take the Crown. And what my daughter and I are going to do is open 18 packs and talk about the cards within. That might seem like a waste, but what we're going to do with the other 18 packs is do 3 Solomon drafts. And so what we're going to do now is open these packs. I'm going to pull out some interesting cards and pull out cards that might be interesting for Solomon draft. And my daughter and I will talk about them, and we're going to see how they might work in the Solomon draft format.
Alright.
So I'm going to put our card stand here, and I will zoom in, and we will get started. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a comment. During, let's see if that focuses. Can you zoom in one more? So this is during homunculus. During homunculus has a goat effect. Let me move this up closer so it's easier to read. Zoom out one more, sorry. There, that's better. So during homunculus, when during homunculus enters the battlefield, you may go target creature. And what that means is until your next turn, that creature attacks each combative able and attacks a player other than you with able. It's a very powerful multiplayer effect. In 2 players, in practice, it's probably going to be a little less effective. So go cards sadly probably won't be as great. Although you can still make a creature attack that might not want to. So other interesting cards. Here is a Custody Peacekeeper, a common. It reads, creature, reveal Custody Peacekeeper as you draft it, and note down how many cards you've drafted this draft round, including Custody Peacekeeper. And then white tap target creature with power lesser or equal to the highest number you know for cards named Custody Peacekeeper. So in the Solomon draft, what we've been doing is we've been revealing six cards and then drafting them one at a time and then doing another 6. So if we were to do that with this card, then the highest number Custody Peacekeeper could possibly be is 3. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to draft 8 cards at a time, and this way Custody Peacekeeper can become pretty powerful. An added note, if you draft multiple Custody Peacekeepers, then you get to keep the highest number out of all those you've drafted. So for example, I have a friend who did a Conspiracy draft this past weekend, and he drafted 2 Custody Peacekeepers pretty early, so maybe like a 3rd pick and the 4th pick. And then near the end of the draft, in the 3rd pack, he managed to get 1 8th pick. And then suddenly all 3 of his Custody Peacekeepers could tap things down with power 8 or less instead of just 3 or 4 less, and that was very powerful. So that's something to keep in mind there. Let's see, other exciting cards. Let's see. There's this uncommon, Domesticated Hydra, which has the Monstrous ability, which makes a return from Born of the Gods. This one, X, triple green, Monstrous X. As long as it's monstrous, it's trample. So this is just a good way to use your excess mana and make sure you have something to do with it. And let's look at our rare. This is an exciting bit. Burning Wish. So this is one of the reprint cards from the set. Let me just change the camera a little bit, which maybe is not so great in the draft format, but I'm still very happy to have Burning Wish. 1 in the red, you may choose a sorcery card you choose from outside the game, reveal that card, and put it into your hand. Exile Burning Wish. So that might be good for some perspective deck we make in the future. And let's see, our Conspiracy, and each pack has one. Let me see if I can focus the camera a little better.
Don't you like put your hands behind it? You know?
Does that work?
Like, yeah. I've seen people do it. Like,
Oh, I see what's happening. It's focusing on the back text.
What do you mean by the back?
It's focusing on the box text in the back. So if we can cover that up, that'll probably be the best. So maybe I'll just put some of the interesting cards we've gotten so far here. So Higher Heights on the left is a hidden agenda. So when you draft it and at the start of the game, you reveal it and you secretly name a card. sorry, no. You start with the conspiracy face down and secretly name a card, which you have to write down. And you can turn it up at any time. And what it says is, when a creature you control with the chosen name deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 1 blue mana. If you do, draw a card. The card draw, of course, is very important. So, what do you think this means in terms of drafting multiples of the same creature?
It gives a bonus?
That's right. Drafting multiples of the same creature gets a bonus, so that's something to be on the lookout for.
I have a question.
Yes?
So do you put the
Hidden agenda?
hidden agenda in your deck?
No. So conspiracies start out either face up or face down outside of the deck.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you have multiple?
Yes, you can have as many conspiracies as you draft.
Okay.
Let's see, and then we have a beast. There you go.
Yay!
I'm just going to keep it up there. Let's look at our next pack. So, let's see. So, Driver of the Dead, nothing too interesting. Omen Speaker, nothing too interesting. A couple of cards that aren't that interesting.
Because they're reprints.
Yep.
Murder!
So, nothing too interesting from a draft perspective until our rare. So let's see what our rare is. It is Covenant of Minds. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Target opponent may choose to put those cards in your hand. If he or she doesn't, put those cards into your graveyard and draw 5 cards. That's an interesting card. I don't think it's really much of a draft matters card, but it's interesting enough. Now we have a foil, a Sinuous Vermin. And our agenda is the mythic agenda, Sovereign's Realm. This would have been very cool to draft, but we didn't. But still, it's kind of cool to have. And what it says is, let's see if I can zoom. Can you zoom in a little bit? Maybe 2 more. I'm going to push this back.
Here we go.
Here, let me just hold it in front of the camera. So Sovereign, that doesn't really work either. I'll put it here and put it up. So Sovereign's Realm, I'm sorry, the text is a little blurry. What it reads is, you start the game with this conspiracy face up in your command zone. Your deck can't have basic land cards, and your starting hand size is 5. And then each turn you can exile a card from your hand, and that turn you can play a basic land card from outside the game. And basic lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So what this really means is that you can start, if you draft this, you can draft cards of any color. Just the best card in each pack can go with it. But the downside is you can't play basic lands, which means that you need to make sure you draft 40 non-conspiracy cards. And I emphasize this because I've heard a story of someone who did a draft where he drafted this conspiracy, and then he drafted too many conspiracies. And what that meant was he didn't actually have enough cards to create a draft deck, because you can't put basic lands into your deck with this conspiracy. And so he was immediately eliminated. Oh, and we have a Monarch token. That's just a token that says that you are the Monarch. Okay, let's look at the next pack. I'm going to hold this up in front, just flip through them really quickly, see if there's anything great. Gone Racketeer, Blood Toll Harpy, Traumatic Visions, Tormenting Voice, Dune Traveler, Menagerie Liberator. So this has the melee ability. Melee is whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attack with the creature does combat. So in 2-player Solomon draft, that's only ever going to be 1. So melee is not really so much of a thing. It just means that it gets +1/+1 when it attacks. Deputized Protester, Evolving Wilds, a card has never been printed before. Netcaster Spider, Deathwind, Windborne Charge, Juniper Order Ranger. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature and a +1/+1 counter on Juniper Order Ranger. This is a very powerful card. I saw this played last weekend, and somebody was using it and got like 20 counters on it and other creatures. It was pretty amazing. Rune Servitor, Our rare is Capital Punishment, Council's Dilemma. This is a new voting system. Starting with you, each player votes for death or taxes. Each opponent sacrifices a creature for each death vote and discards a card for each taxes vote. What do you think of that one?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, I think.
I get this weird feeling about I think it's a modern deck, Death and Taxes.
Oh, that's true. There's death and taxes. The taxes, I did offer them a choice. So these two guys are about to get their heads chopped off, so I guess they chose death. And this guy who's, kind of like sneaking away, he probably chose
taxes.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I'll just pay this stupid tax. Our conspiracy, hidden agenda, this is the white agenda. So conspiracies can be kind of colored. This one, whenever a creature with the chosen name attacks, you can pay white mana. If you do, that creature gains indestructible until end of turn. So again, another incentive to draft multiple of the same creature. And then we have a construct, token, artifact, creature, defender. This is for, I believe, Daretti. Let's try another one. Okay, let's take a look what we got. So, Old Temper Cyclops, Raised Dead, Bonds of Quicksilver, Goblin Balloon Brigade, Borderland Explorer, Custody Peacekeeper, a second one. So, if you draft multiples of them, it's great. Murder, Wings of the Guard with melee, Evolving Wilds, Messenger Jays, Nessian Asp, reprint, Infest, Juniper Order Ranger, and our rare is Charmbreaker Devils, reprint from Innistrad. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Charmbreaker Devils gets +4/+0 until end of turn. Not particularly exciting, but can be extremely powerful. It's card advantage, and it does a lot of damage. And our agenda is Natural Unity, the green conspiracy. Hidden agenda, name a creature. Creatures you control with the chosen name have, at the beginning of combat in each turn, on your turn, you may pay 1 green mana. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. So there's someone who's playing a green-blue deck and got like an Omen Speaker that was like a 18-20 or something ridiculous like that. So games in this can kind of stall out because of stuff like that. And the ever-present soldier token.
Alright.
Let's see, another pack. Crown Hunter Hireling. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. So as a reminder, the monarch means that if you're the monarch at the beginning of the end step, you draw a card and whenever another player deals damage, has a creature that deals damage, combat damage to the monarch, that player becomes the monarch. So there's an incentive to there's an incentive to be the monarch, and there's an incentive to attack the monarch, which is kind of a cool mechanic. Fester Gloom, Caller of Gales, Zealous Strike, Menagerie Liberator, Ballad Broker. When while voting, you may vote an additional time. Mace with Moonglove, Sinuous Vermin, Kite Sail, Repulse, and then uncommon, Serum Visions. Okay, this is a valuable uncommon. Palace Jailer. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Sulphurous Blast, and our rare is Fate's Reward. 3 and a white. Return to the battlefield all permanent cards from your graveyard that will put there from the battlefield this turn. Okay. I don't think that's particularly exciting, but okay. And another Higher Heist. Cool soldier token.
Yep.
Let's go to the next one. What we got? We got Bonds of Quicksilver, Goblin Balloon Brigade, Shambling Goblin, Fleeting Distraction, Ghostly Possession, Plummet, Thorn of the Black Rose, another card that lets you become the monarch, Prey Upon, Flame Slash, Opaline Unicorn, and then commons Farbog Boneflinger, Grenziel's Ruffians. This is an interesting melee card. It's melee, and whenever it deals combat damage to the opponent, it deals damage to each other opponent.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Into the Void. And our rare is Forgotten Ancient. Whenever a player casts a spell, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Forgotten Ancient. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may remove any number of +1/+1 counters from Forgotten Ancient onto other creatures. I feel like we know someone that once killed us in Commander with this card in Zuri. Right? Zuri was a +1. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad we had one. Another Hydrodiced and the Monarch. Let's keep going.
Yep.
What do we have here? We have an Omen Speaker, Trumpet Blast, Driver of the Dead, Canal Courier, that helps you become the Monarch, Copper Horn Scout, Gleam of Resistance, Kite Sail, Voyaging Satyr, Flame Slash, the Ogre Sentry with Defender, and then another Summon Visions, nice, Guardian of the Gateless, Grenzo's Ruffians, and our rare is Followed Footsteps, 3 and 2 blue. Enchant creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a token that's a copy of a enchant creature onto the battlefield. That seems like a fun EDH card.
Yeah.
Let's look. Our Conspiracy is the red common one. You name a card. Hidden Agenda, name a card. Creatures controlled with a chosen name have fire breathing. And we have another beast.
Alright.
Okay, hand me another pack.
We've got another Bonds of Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin Balloon Barricade.
Okay, yep.
Brigade. Shambling Goblin.
Yep.
Fleeting Distraction.
Yep. Leovold's Operative. So this is another of those draft cards. So you can tell it's a draft matters card because of the background. That's a good way to tell. So you draft this one face up, and when you draft this card, you may draft an additional card from that booster pack. If you do, you place it face down, then pass the next booster pack without drafting a card from it. So when we do a summon draft, this basically means you get 2 picks in a row, and then you skip your turn. And notice it's a May, so you draft it face up, but it's not like you have to take an extra card. You get to choose when to do it. Custody Peacekeeper, and then
Messenger Jays.
Yep. Deputized. Protester.
Bronze
Sable.
Deathwind. Dismiss.
Okay, we got into our uncommon. Dismiss, counter target spell, and draw a card.
Dread Sanctuary.
Statuary. It's a man that becomes a creature.
Ghostly Prison.
Yep, and this is actually reasonable. This has some value. I believe we have a friend who made top 8 of Grand Prix Indianapolis. I believe he was using this card in his modern deck. And our rare is
Archdemon of Paliano.
Archdemon of Paliano. You draft it face up, and as long as it's face up during the draft, you can't look at booster packs and must draft cards at random. And then you have to do that for 3 picks, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool drawback card, and also pretty cool in that you might be able to get it pretty late and then get a really good flyer at a good price. Our Conspiracy is Incendiary Descent. So incendiary means fiery descent, and we've talked about this one before. And our token is
the Monarch.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. We got 3 Monarchs.
I'll do the next one. Negate, Ember Beast, Absorb this, the Illusionary Informant. So this was a draft matters card that you draft face up, and then if at some point you can turn it face down, and you can look at the next card drafted by a player of your choice. Throne Warden, if you're a Monarch, put a +1/+1 counter on it at the beginning of your end step. Fade into Antiquity, Twinbolt, Lieutenants of the Guard, Ravenous Lucrocata, Hexplate Golem, Ascended Lawmage, Irresistible Prey, and is this a rare? No, Infest. It is a rare. It is. Selvala, Heart of the Wilds. This is a green mythic, 1 and 2 green. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. And then add X mana, green and tap, add X mana to in any combination of colors to your mana pool, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. I actually feel like this could be a super fun commander.
Yeah.
I would put this in, put like a put big green creatures and fat Eldrazi and just go to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fat
seems-
Eldrazi.
I'm glad we have that. The sum of the rank and file is the Black Common Conspiracy, hidden agenda, name a creature. Creatures you control with the chosen name have, when this creature dies, you may pay black mana. If you do, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield, tapped. So it's a way to get additional value. And the goblin that can't block. And it kind of looks like my daughter, to be honest.
And my dad looks like him.
No. I don't think
Yes.
so. And put this pile of cards off to the side, and we will continue.
Already 2 mythics.
Well, Sovereign's Realm is kind of like a weird mythic. I think it has its own kind of rarity pattern, kind of like how like double face cards in Shadows of Innistrad.
Yes.
Okay, what is this?
Child of Night. Cloaked Sovereign.
Siren.
Siren. Fiery Fall.
Stormkirk.
Stormkirk Patrol. Gleam of Resistance.
Yep.
Bronze
Sable.
Sable. Deathwind. Neckcaster Spider. Messenger Jays.
Yep.
Public Execution.
Yeah, that's our first in common. It's a pretty bloody one.
Yeah.
Carnage.
Carnage Gladiator.
Yep.
Dread Statuary.
And
Nothing
our
at all.
rares. Oh, another mythic. Neovold Emissary of Trest. Black, green, blue. Each opponent can draw more than 1 card each turn. And whenever you or a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. I actually feel like this is an extremely powerful commander. Making sure
Yeah.
your opponent can draw more than 1 card is extremely powerful. I might actually try and make a deck with this guy. And we have a foil.
Disenchant.
That's cool. And our conspiracy is the green common one, Natural Unity.
Insect.
My daughter's like that too.
No, my dad looks like that. He has a fat head.
What? Alright, let's keep going. I see the camera's a little tilted. Apologies for that. Okay, it's my turn. Stormkirk Patrol. Jeering Homunculus.
What does jeering mean?
That means he's pointing at people and making fun of them.
Oh.
Kiln Fiend. Wish in the Realm of Magic is a good way to live a long and healthy life. Alter Street. Disenchant. Orchard Elemental. Opaline Unicorn. Garbage Fire. 2 and a red. Reveal Garbage Fire as you draft it and note how many cards you've drafted this draft round, including Garbage Fire. Garbage Fire deals damage to target creature equal to the highest number you need noted for cards named Garbage Fire. So you're getting a card that kind of incentivizes you to maybe take a 1 or 2 early and then hope you get 1 late. Voyaging Satyr. Bustrider is uncommon. Quelling Oracle. Guardian the Gateless. And our rare is a Splitting Slime. 3 and 2 green. And then its ability 4 and 2 green, Monstrosity 3. And when it becomes monstrous, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of Splitting Slime. So because it's a copy, it's not yet monstrous, and you can make that one monstrous next turn and just keep making more and more and more.
Wow.
And we have a foil. It's a rare. Polyano Vanguard. Draft Polyano Vanguard face up. As you draft a creature card, you may reveal it, know its creature types, then turn Polyano Vanguard face down. Other creatures you control of a type you know for cards named Polyano Vanguard get +1/+1. That's actually
So
pretty
you
cool.
can take multiple of him and then have multiple.
That's true, but it's a
creatures.
rare, so you're not going to get a ton of them.
Yeah.
And our conspiracy is an uncommon one. Hidden Agenda. Start with the face down and secretly name a card. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets a creature you control with the chosen name, you may copy that spell and may choose new targets for the copy. So if you remember Zada Hedron Grinder, it's that effect. And I've won several drafts with her, so that could be pretty good too. And a Monarch.
4 monarchs.
Monarch. Let's look at the next one.
Alright.
Trumpet Blast. Absorb this. Traumatic Visions. Hurly Burly.
What?
Hurly Burly. I think this is from Lorwyn. Choose one. Hurly Burly deals 1 damage to each creature without flying, or it deals 1 damage to each creature with flying.
Oh.
It's Hurly Burly. What can you do? Lacewith Moonglove.
I thought it was Hurly Burly of the foot.
Zealous Strike. Voyaging Satyr. Palace Sentinels. Garbage Fire. Prey Upon. And then uncommon, Hail of Arrows. Fleshback Marauder. Coiling Oracle.
And rare?
Keeper of Keys. 3 and 2 blue. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you're the monarch, creatures you control can't be blocked this turn. Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. So if you put this down, everybody's going to want to attack you. And our conspiracy is natural unity. And we have a zombie. Oh, it's a cute zombie. Head is in the cage.
Really sad.
Yeah. Or maybe he's sad because his head is in the cage. Okay, you want to read out the cards for this one?
Right, sure. Okay. Fiery Fall?
Yep.
Raised Dead?
Yep.
Caller of Gales? Crown Hunter Hireling? God's Willing?
Yep. Back in Thoros.
Strength in Numbers? Wings of the Guard?
Yep.
Bronze Sable?
Yep.
Unrevive?
Unnerve.
Unnerve.
Divination.
Divination.
And then commons.
Burn Away. Grenzo's Ruffles.
Ruffians.
Deceiver Exarch.
Yep. And our rare is... Oh, okay. Hammerback Goliath, 6 in the red. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may put X/1/1 counters on Hammerback Goliath for X is that creature's power. Not particularly exciting. And the symbol at rank and file. And here's a lizard. This goes with the red mythic, an 8/8 lizard.
He looks like a big lizard.
He is a big lizard. He's an 8/8 lizard.
Pretty sure you can take down a couple of dragons.
I don't know. Dragons can fly. Kiln Fiend. Walker's Reef. Cloaked Siren. Goblin Tunneler. Zealous Strike. Menagerie Liberator. Unnerve. Sylvan Bounty. Netcaster Spider. Wild Griffin. And then our uncommons. Farika's Mender. Ghostly Prison. Renzo's Ruffians. And our rare is Protector of the Crown. 5 in the white. Creature Giant Soldier. When Protector of the Crown enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to Protector of the Crown instead. So it might not last for that long, but it helps you stay the monarch, which is cool. Yeah. Oh, and we have a rare conspiracy, weight advantage. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So you might remember this from Assault Formation, and people who are older will remember it from Dorian the Siege Tower. It's that effect. And zombie.
And zombie.
Always a zombie. Okay, how many packs do we have left for our 18?
2.
We have 4 more, including this one. Would you like to read this one?
Alright. Goblin
Racketeer.
Blood Troll Harpy.
Mm-hmm.
Traumatic Visions.
Yep.
Tormenting Voice. Encourage.
Entourage of Trust.
Oh, okay. Gleam of Resistance. Strength in Numbers. Sinuous Vermin.
Yep.
Kill Shot.
Yep.
Explosive Vegetation.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Doom.
Domesticated Hydra.
Okay. Fleshbag Marauder.
And our rare is Regal Behemoth, 4 and 2 green. Trample. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Whenever you tap a land for mana while you're the monarch, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So it's a big creature that helps you become a monarch, draw cards, and is also gives you mana acceleration, which seems pretty good to me.
Not mana acceleration. It's.
It is kind of mana acceleration because
I guess.
Because you tap a land for mana and then you add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
Oh, I thought it was changed.
Ooh, foil Burst of Paradise. Very nice.
Yep.
That looks nice. Incendiary Descent and a Monarch token. Way over. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 packs left. Tormenting Voice, Fester Gloom, Mnemonic Wall, Goblin Tunneler, Leovold's Operative, Raise Alarm, Copperhorn Scout, Palace Sentinels, Kite Sail, Flame Slash, and then our uncommons, Besmirch. Until end of turn, gain control of target creature and it gains haste. Untap and goad that creature. So it's a steal. It's a act of treason effect that forces you to attack. Gutter Snipe, Illusion of Choice. You choose how each player votes this turn and you draw a card. And our rare is Inquisition of Kozilek. So this is one of those cards that is terrible for draft, but is good for many other, for modern and other things. Sorcery, target player reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-mana card from it with converted mana cost 3 or less. That player discards that card. You will scream out your innermost secrets just to make it stop. And this is how I feel when my daughter wakes me up in the morning. And we have a rare Conspiracy, Emissary's Ploy. Conspiracy, before drawing your opening hand, choose 1, 2, or 3. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast creature spells with converted mana cost equal to the chosen number. So this you draft a particular mana cards of a particular mana cost, creatures of a particular mana cost, and just go to town. It's pretty cool. And then construct.
Alright.
2 packs left.
Second to last pack.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what is this?
Cloaked Siren.
Yep.
Goblin Tunneler.
Yep.
Storm Kirk Patrol. Mnemonic
Wall.
Mnemonic. Ballot Broker.
Yep.
Orchard Elemental. Reviving Does. Kite Sail. Repulse. Place Sentinels.
Palace Sentinels.
Hail of Arrows.
First in common.
Smuggler Captain.
So this is a draft banner's creature. You draft it face up, and then when you draft the card, you may reveal it, know its name, and turn the Smuggler Captain face down. When Smuggler Captain enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card with the name you know for cards named Smuggler's Captain, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. Wow, that's actually super powerful. That lets you, it's basically a tutor for some card that you want.
Yep.
What is this?
Carnage Gladiator.
Yep. And our rare is Volatile Chimera. 2 in red. Before you shuffle your deck to start the game, you may reveal this card from your deck and exile 3 or more creature cards you drafted that aren't in your deck. And then 1 in the red. Choose a card at random you exile with cards named Volatile Chimera. Volatile Chimera becomes a copy of that card and gains this ability. So this means if you draft it early, you can draft creature off-color, really powerful off-color creatures, and don't put them in your sideboard, and then Volatile Chimera can become one of them. It's kind of cool. And our Conspiracy is Echoing Boon, which we talked about before, and we have a Soldier.
Alright, last pack.
Last pack of our 18.
Jeering Monculus. Ember
Beast.
Child of Night.
Yep.
Negate. Orchard Elemental.
Yep.
Throne Warden. Fade into Antiquity.
Antiquity.
Evolving Wilds.
Palace.
Palace Sentinels. I thought that was Prey Sentinels. Like what?
Skittering. Crustacean. Crab. So there's a monstrous 4, and when it's monstrous, it's hexproof. And then uncommons, Fang of the Pack, Beast Within. So this is a reprint of a card that some people think is bad for green. This lets you destroy a permanent. Smuggler Captain, and our last rare is Ghoul-Drazh Spectre. Flying. Ghoul-Drazh Spectre gets +3/+3 as long as an opponent has no cards in hand. Whenever Ghoul-Drazh Spectre deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. And our Conspiracy is the white one. Adriana's Valor, and the Spirit token.
Right.
Okay, well, so what do you think of the Solomon draft format? What do you think it's going to be like?
I think it's going to be really interesting. I don't think we're gonna get too many mythics because we already had 3. But
one of them was a conspiracy, so I was gonna guess we open at least 2 more mythics, to be honest. Yeah, but what do you think of like the draft format compared to like Eventide or Shadows over Innistrad?
I really like it. It seems really fun, but remember, don't draft just conspiracies because then you play lands.
Yep, that's fair.
No, you literally play 40 lands.
Yeah, that's true. If you just draft conspiracies, you need to play 40 card land deck. Okay, well, I hope you guys come back and watch our Solomon drafts. I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully we'll see you later.
Bye.